Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Ghazala Naeem and I am Assistant Professor at Rana Liaquat Ali Khan Government College of Home Economics, Stadium Road, Karachi. My today's lecture is for the students of BS Semester 1 for the subject Art and Design in Daily Life 1. The topic of my lecture is color. Before proceeding to our today's topic, I would like to revise the definition of color. According to Lucy Helford, color is only the name for the sensation which eye perceives and which is in turn registered by the brain. And Harriet Hineb has defined color in a way that it's the quality of a surface by which certain waves of light are reflected and others are absorbed, thereby producing an effect of color on the eye. As you all know that light is the source of color and light is composed of 7 colors. When a ray of light falls on any surface or strikes on any surface, some colors has been reflected and some colors has been absorbed on that surface, and they produce effects we recognize as color. Qualities and properties of color. There are 3 properties or qualities which may be called the dimensions of color. These dimensions are as distinct from one another as the length, the breadth, and the thickness of an object. If you see an object which has various dimensions such as length, breadth, and thickness, just like that, color has also 3 various qualities or properties which are termed as dimensions of colors. Number 1, hue. Hue is the name of color. Second, value. Value is the lightness or darkness of color. And third, intensity, that describes the brightness or dullness of color. All these 3 dimensions, hue, value, and intensity, are present in every color. So, there are 3 dimensions, hue, value, and intensity of color. So, what is hue? Hue is the term used to indicate the name of color, or you can say that it is the second name of color, or how can you recognize a color? By its hue. For example, blue, green. The difference between blue and green, then is a difference in their hue. Just as green turns into blue, it has changed its hue and would be called blue-green instead of green. So it is the term used for identifying, for recognizing color. Normal hues. In your elementary classes, you have studied about spectrum containing 7 colors. So, if a prism or a diamond is placed in sunlight, which is a source of all colors, the white light of the prism will be broken down and separated to all the component colors of which white light is composed. And if the white light is broken against a white background, a spectrum appears in which all the rainbow hues are spread out or dispersed in a band form. These colors, just as they appear in the spectrum, are commonly called normal colors. As you can see in this picture, the colors are spread out in a band form, a spectrum is formed, and these 7 colors are arranged in an order. The 7 colors are also termed as Vibgyor: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. So the colors which we get after dispersion of light are termed as normal colors. Now, neutral hues. Black, white, and gray are called neutral hues. Black results from the absence of color. When there is no color, the surface appears to be black. White is a combination of all the colors. A surface which reflects all colors will appear white, and black is the surface which absorbs all the colors, and it appears to be black. Gray is a neutral color which results from a mixture of these pigments. So there are three neutral colors: black, white, and gray. Now the classification of colors or hue. Hues are classified into three classes. Primary hues. Primary hues are those hues that we do not obtain by mixing any other hues. They are the basic hues. From these hues we can derive and we can make different colors, but these colors cannot be obtained by mixing any other hues. As you can see in this picture, there is a picture of three primary hues consisting red, yellow, and blue. In this triangle, you can see that yellow always has been placed at the top, blue at the right hand side, and red at the left hand side. Then secondary hues. By mixing two primary hues in equal amount, we get a new hue, that is a secondary one. By mixing yellow plus blue, green will be formed. Purple is a mixture of blue plus red, and yellow plus red gives you orange color. As you can see in this picture, a triangle of three secondary hues: orange, green, and purple. Intermediate hues. Intermediate hues are formed by mixing one primary and one secondary in equal amounts. We have three primary and three secondary colors, so by mixing them equally, we get 6 intermediate hues. As you can see in this picture, it's a color mixing chart of intermediate hues. By mixing yellow plus orange, yellow-orange will be formed. Red plus orange, red-orange. Red-purple will be formed by mixing red plus purple. Blue plus purple gives you blue-purple. Blue-green is the result of mixing blue plus green, and yellow plus green is equals to yellow-green. So there are 6 intermediate hues which we obtained by mixing primary and secondary colors in equal amount. It will be easy for you to understand the basic classification of color. I hope that classification of color has been clear to you. When these primary, secondary, and intermediate hues are arranged in a systematic order, a wheel is formed that is called a color wheel. How can you define a color wheel? Color wheel is a systematic circular arrangement of colors or arrangement of colors in their correct order in relation to their mixture. As you can see in this picture, this is a picture of color wheel. In this color wheel, you can see two triads, a triad of primary hues consisting yellow, red, and blue, and just opposite to it is a triangle of secondary hues which has orange, green, and purple color. Intermediate hues lies between these one primary and one secondary hues according to their mixture. As you can see in this picture, yellow-green is a mixture of yellow plus green. Yellow is a primary hue and green is a secondary hue. And yellow-green has been placed between its component colors. Blue-green is a mixture of blue plus green. Blue-purple is a mixture of purple and blue, so it has been placed between purple and blue. Red-purple is lying between red and purple. Red-orange is a mixture of red plus orange, and yellow-orange has been placed between yellow and orange. So color wheel is termed as or is called as a systematic circular arrangement because colors are arranged systematically according to their relation with their mixtures. Color wheel is composed of 12 colors, 3 primary, 3 secondary and 6 intermediate hues. How color wheels helps in? Color wheel helps in choosing different color combination if you are working with colors or developing colors. For example, in cosmetic industry, in textile industry, in interior designing, or if the manufacturers are designing or making the wrappers for their products or designing logos for all the companies which are working with paints or the paint companies, color wheel is a basic reference for derivation of different colors. It also tells us about warm and cool colors. Color wheel has also warm and cool colors in it, and it also gives us variety and variation in one color. So color wheel is a systematic circular arrangement of colors. If we divide this color wheel from the center into two halves, the right hand side of the color wheel and the colors which are lying near blue are termed as cool hues, and the colors which has been placed at the left hand side near red are called as warm hues. Starting from yellow green till blue purple are cool colors, and starting from yellow orange till red purple are the warm ones. Yellow and purple are the borderline. Yellow is a cool color and purple is a warm color. But if the yellow colors is associated with sunshine or it appears to be warmer, we can call it as a warm color. But here in this color wheel, it's a cool color. How can we define warm and cool hues? Warm hues are those hues which have red in their mixture. They gives us warm effect, and also they make an object appears to be larger. This is a picture of warm hues. The examples of warm hues are red, red orange, orange and red purple. Cool hues have blue in their mixture. They gives an effect of coolness and calmness. For example, blue green, blue purple, green, etc. As you can see in this picture, this is a picture of some cool hues. Warm colors or warm hues are more cheerful and stimulating. They are more energetic, while cool colors gives you a calming and restful effect. Advancing and receding hues. The warm colors or those of bright intensity seems to advance and makes object nearer to the observer. So advancing hues are those hues which are warmer, which have bright intensity, and they seem to progress. They seem to make an object nearer to the observer. As you can see in this picture, this is a beautiful landscape of nature, and on the sky you can see warm colors or advancing colors like purple, red orange, orange and orange. Receding hues. Receding hues are the cool colors or the colors which are grayed in intensity. The effect they produce is receding. Receding hues gives an effect of distance, or they make an object appears to be at slightly distant and they will appear to reduce size. This effect can be feel but if you look at the sky or deep waters, you can feel the receding effect, distance. They create impression of distance. So receding hues and advancing hues has been clear to you. Value. Value describes the lightness or darkness of color. It is the second dimension which describes the lightness or darkness of color. There are many degrees of light and dark, ranging all the way from white to black. If you can see the brochures of paint companies or the cosmetic kits or color pencil boxes or any other object which have color options in computer, you can also see in the paintbrush or in the Photoshop, you can see there are many values of color, but white is the highest value and no value is as light as white, and black is the lowest value and no value is as dark as black. White is always placed at the top as regarded as a top value because all the colors appears below white, and black is the lowest value and no hue or no value is as dark as black. As I have told you that there are many degrees of light and dark of a color could be, but for the sake of convenience, 9 typical steps are selected. Dr. Denman W. Ross gave 9 steps for visualizing or for recognizing these values. This is the picture of value scale chart. Value scale chart is comprised of 9 values starting from white, then highlight, light, low light, middle, high dark, dark, low dark and black. Middle is the value which is you can say that it's a normal color or normal value can be placed in at the middle value. Top lies white values and at the bottom you can see the black value. If the color wheel is compared with the value scale chart, it will be seen that the hues changed gradually in values with the lightest at the top and darkest at the bottom. As you can see in this picture, yellow has been placed at the highlight, then yellow orange and yellow green are lying at low light values, green and orange are at low light values, blue green and red orange are middle values, red and blue are darker than the middle, so they are placed at high dark, blue purple and red purple are placed as dark values, and violet or purple is a value that is going towards black, so it has been placed at low dark. So this is a comparison of the colors of wheel with the values of the value scale chart. Now the question arises, can value be changed? Yes. Values can be changed by adding white or water to make them lighter, or by the addition of black or more pigment to make them dark. If you want to change a value of any color, for instance, if we take a red color and want to make it lighter, we can add white to it. You will get a lighter value that is pink. And if you want to make a dark value from red, you can add black to it and you will get a dark red or a maroon color. The values which are darker than the normal colors are termed as shades, and the values which are lighter than the normal colors are called tints. Every hue is capable of being lowered to a value just above black and being raised to a value just under white. Values which come above middle are commonly called high values, and those below middle are the low values. Now the effect of different values. Light values and dark values have different effects. First we will do the effect of light values. Light values seem to increase the size of an object, and small rooms may appear larger if they are decorated in light colors. For example, small offices, kitchens, washrooms, study areas, if you make them appear to be larger, light values is the best choice. Person looks larger in white or very light clothing. because they creates the impression of distance. Light values also reflects color and seem to intensify the color of object. And dark values seem to decrease the size of an object. So they would be a poor choice for the background of small rooms. If the room is small, if the area is small, and dark values are applied in that area, the area looks more smaller and more cozier. But dark values is good choice for the clothing of larger people. If larger people want to conceal their figure and their appearance, dark values is a good choice. Dark values suggest nearness, and they absorbs the color of object. This is the picture of effects created by values in interior. First, the effect of light values. This is a TV lounge, and as you can see, the area is not so much larger, so light values makes the area more increased. And as compared to dark values, this is the picture of dark values. This is the sitting room. In this sitting area, dark values makes it more cozier or smaller. So this is the effects of values in interior. I hope today's lecture is beneficial for you and you have easily understand the basic concepts about color. Now I'm going to summarize my whole topic. Today I have taught you the dimensions in detail. Color has 3 dimensions: hue, value, and intensity. Hue is the term used to indicate the name of color. Value is the lightness or darkness of color, and intensity is the brightness or dullness of color. Then we have done classification of hues. There are 3 classes of hues: primary hues, secondary hues, and intermediate hues. Then we have done the second dimension, that is value, which describes the lightness and darkness. Light values are called tints, dark values are called shades. We can change the values by adding white to make them lighter. We can make them darker by the addition of black. And for the effect of values, light values seems to increase the size of an object and dark values seems to decrease the size of an object. I hope you will understand the topic. And in the last, if you have any queries, you can email me at my email address. Kindly note down my email address: gn_homic@hotmail.com. gn_homic@hotmail.com. Thank you, and do subscribe the channel and for more lectures, and stay home and stay safe. Best of luck. Allah Hafiz.